I closed a $6,000 deal in 60 minutes. When he gave me the I want to think about it objection, I didn't even have to say anything back. Instead, there was 5 minutes of pure silence where he just contemplated and objection handled everything himself. And the way that I did this was by having a real genuine discovery. I enjoyed speaking with the guy. I got to hear his life story. Ultimately, I just helped him make the decision that he'd been resisting to make over the last few years. So enjoy this call. Hopefully you take some lessons from it, take some notes, feel the energy. This is how you do a scriptless close.
What's going on, Alex?
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How's your day?
Oh, not too bad. Just had a couple work meetings and whatnot.
Nice. What do you do for work?
I'm just a tech consultant. So
Okay.
like right now I'm just like application admin, upgrading, making sure the application's secure, making sure the application's online. Sorry.
Well, which industry?
I just so like it's a scheduling app, so like teams will have scripts that they need kicked off. And it's I guess considered healthcare.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Dash Cash is what? Like your
My
online?
it's so my buddy made it up when we were younger. We were playing college sports, college football game.
Yeah.
And I was a slot receiver, so it was money in the slot.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it just kind of came about.
Cool. Well, hey man, Alex, thanks for jumping on this call and taking the time to book a call with us here.
Mhm.
Did you watch the podcast video and then
I watched the podcast. I kind of understand. I didn't get to watch that. I forgot to watch that video.
Okay.
Because I signed up for it. I think on Saturday morning, and then I went and golfed, and Sunday I was doing stuff with the family, and then I just got to work this morning, so I didn't get to watch it.
Okay. Okay, I'll kind of break it down, the things that you might have missed in the video on this call here.
Mhm.
But the way that this call works, Alex, is we'll ask you a few questions. I will ask you a few questions. I'm sure you're going to ask me a few questions.
Mhm.
But ultimately, it's to figure out if this can be something that makes sense for you. And if it is, then I'll actually offer you a spot instead of the mentorship.
Okay.
If it's not for whatever reason, that's okay too. Maybe I'll direct you to like a business that might make more sense for you, and
Mhm.
then we'll just take it from there. Sound good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, beauty. So why don't you get me up to speed, man? What was it about e-farming and Igor that made you even want to book a call with us?
So right now I'm kind of just like I work from home. And I've been a tech consultant, been in the tech, been an application admin, system engineer, network engineer for the in the last 14 years. And it's kind of just mundane. There's meetings that I'm on that I don't even get asked questions, but I just need to be there. And I'm just kind of tired of having like no like time freedom.
Oh.
And like recently I had to choose, between like a business I needed like 2 weeks off basically in the same month, and only got 1 week, 3-4 days approved, and I don't want that. I don't want to have that. I want to be able to take time off when I need to. And with working from home stuff, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation, but just time off, right? Like, cause I can, log in at 6 at night, log in at 6 in the morning, check some emails and respond to people, but I don't need, sometime during the day I want to be with my family doing something.
Yeah. Okay. So, you're kind of in this place right now where the job that you have just feeling mundane. You've been doing the same thing for 14 years.
Yeah.
And although it's remote, which is good, which most people don't have, it's still that control freedom factor that you don't get to decide how you get to spend your day or week, or if you want to take some time off for whatever reason, whether it's family, whether it's pleasure, whatever it is. It's like, oh, you're limited and you're not.
I'm limited time, and it's like it's just I prefer to have some time off each month, but but that's not W-2 isn't happening.
No. Okay. So what's like the main goal that you're actually after? Because people like this.
I just honestly I've never I just kind of want to start seeing that I can make money on the side, doing something online, and just kind of see how that process works, and then eventually scale it.
Okay. Have you ever done something in the past? Anything online based?
No, I haven't.
Okay. How long has like this goal, I guess, has been?
Obviously, like the past few years, and when you scroll on Instagram, that's kind of my main source of content. A little bit of Facebook, but mainly Instagram. I haven't even really dove into TikTok either. But you just kind of get scrolling, and at all these opportunities, all these e-com, drop shipping, wholesaling and real estate, different things, and it's just like this one kind of seems like it's like not. I don't know, like the overhead doesn't seem like it could be that much. And you don't really have to have like, it doesn't seem like you have to have a team. It's more of you like working for yourself, reaching out to reaching out to people that already have an email list and like trying to get in there and giving them a portion of however that works.
Yeah. Okay. So you've seen stuff, at least you're aware of the market. drop shipping, e-com, all these other different business models. But what you're looking for is something that doesn't require too much overhead, and doesn't require, for it to scale, you need to build a whole team or company or put in a lot of money. Okay, so something a little bit more flexible that maintains your ultimate goal, which is having more flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay. How long has this kind of been a goal for you?
I would say probably 2020.
Oh shit, like 4 years.
Yeah.
How come you haven't started
Just
anything?
failure to launch and comfortability.
The golden handcuffs.
Yep.
Okay.
Like I said, I continue to do what I do and be comfortable, and me and my family will be fine, and the kids will grow up, and we'll grow old, and we'll have some memories. But it's just like I want to just be able, like, just because I went through the educational system, the regular, just work your 9 to 5, and don't think outside the box, don't think critically, don't do these things. There's only one right answer. So I'm just trying to get out of that, and then be able to, like, my kids to have options when they want to, when they're a little bit. I mean, they're still young, like 6, 4, and 2, but I want them to think that they just need to have to go work for somebody to make a living,
especially in their future. Who knows how it's going to change AI and everything, so even for us, like, past 5 years has changed drastically ever since COVID.
I'm sure it has.
Okay, so you kind of been too comfortable, but you kind of get in this phase of your life where what is there, like, what's getting you to want to make a change now?
I'm just like, there's like tomorrow I'll be on meetings from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. back to back, and some of those meetings, probably more than half of those meetings, some of them are 30 minutes, some of them are an hour, but it's just, I'm there to show my status that I'm there. It's like I'm not getting asked questions, and there's no, like, necessarily follow-up for me. It's more overviews and stuff that, like, I guess it's supposed to be there for my knowledge to know what's going on, but nothing really usually comes of it, and it's just kind of
getting you tired.
Half my day, half my 4 hours of my 5 hours of my day is spent on a Tuesday, every Tuesday. No growth in me personally. I have to, be at the laptop, just in case there's an answer. So I have to actively be listening, just in case I could ask a question again. So, it's super brutal. But I'm just tired of corporate meetings, honestly.
Okay, so you mentioned growth as well. Like, is that something? When people say something like that to me, it lets me know that you feel like you have this potential that's untapped.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've read a lot, and like I said, other things like reading. I've read some books, and it's just like, well, reading the book is one thing, but like actually taking action from the book will actually, is another. And kind of lack there, but it's like trying to find the time. And I'm not saying like I have to make, like, I mean, obviously I would like to eventually replace my income, so I don't have to do W-2s anymore.
Okay. First of all, Alex, I appreciate you sharing everything with me. Like, one of my goals on these calls is to understand why would someone want to put themselves in a risky position, right? Why risk money? Why risk time? Why do something that you've never done in the past? And a lot of people want financial freedom. They want time freedom. They want their independence from employers and other people that control their lives. But in order for you to get that, like, you do have to make a change. And the people that don't make a change, ultimately, those are people that are okay with staying the same because they're okay with whatever life that they have, and nothing's really going to happen, But the reality, ultimately, it's going to, like, when you realize, hey, every day that I don't focus on my own thing, I'm building someone else's, and that time just passes so fast.
No, it really does. Like, 6 years, like my son's 6, it's flown like that. My daughter's 4, and she'll be 5, 5 and 3 in the next year. But it's just like, it's funny because, we're doing homeschool, and like, you just like see these people that comment like on like homeschooling like groups, or like people that like comment on homeschooling posts saying like, oh, you're not setting them up for their future. And it's just like, well, the thing is like, if you're putting your kid in the educational system, you're setting them up to work for someone else. And then it's like, it's just like the stuff you got to deal with, the people that are just continually just like, okay, I'm going to be comfortable. That's set in the old ways. I'm continue to be in the system. And I'm like, I was like, talking to my wife, I was just like, those people's kids will be working for our kids. Like, it's just, it's just like, it's just like, it's also like a mindset, right? Like, I've been recently on like a little like mentorship retreat thing, and mindset's like it was like a big portion of that, and like on the training, and just like being able to think bigger and actually like put it, I believe in like putting things in the universe and like getting that attraction of energy. So
okay, no, that's so it's like you've done the pre-prep work essentially, which is something that starts getting you to think differently instead of just seeing Instagram, oh, this is fake, this is BS. Now you start thinking, oh, what if it is something that can be something that's possible? What if it is a reality? And once you start believing that, then it's like your curiosity will just lead you into places versus just blocking it off right out the gate. And especially for someone who feels like they're capable, And when you don't do anything about it, like there's just all this built up energy where it just adds up and adds up. And every time someone pisses you off at work, it's like, bro, what am I doing in my life? You know?
Yep. No, for sure.
Now, a lot of people's like main focus initially is money, but that's not really the main thing people actually want. I would understand for you, like besides money, let's say you're able to make $3,000 in the beginning, $5,000 a month with e-farming. How does that actually change your day to day?
Yeah, I mean, like that like kind of just like is like proves to me like, hey, this is something that can actually like work. And then would bring in like how do you scale? How do you start making, I guess, higher ticket or commissions? And like I said, I have time like throughout the day where I can make it make it work, put aside a few hours. But yeah, just being able to see like actually have income coming in, and that obviously will help with the way prices are in America and everything right now. That's a another driving factor. I feel like I go to a store and spend $200 and it's like, what did we even get? We barely got anything. And we're back at the store a week later.
Okay. So making more income, number one, making a side income, it'll prove to you that's possible, and that like commitment will then be there even more so. But the second part is it'll just help like regular family life. Okay. But it also seems like there's like this big vision that you have in your mind. For example, like you're homeschooling your kids. You want them to have a life that they essentially build for themselves. Do you feel like there's like you also have to be the example for them first?
Yeah, for sure. And that's like another portion of that is like just becoming like a family leader and like actually being an example, role model for your sons especially, and then like and then having their relationship with their mom and my wife Becca or whatnot. So like for them to be able to see that and us like spending time together is like a huge thing that I want more of.
Sweet, man. I just became like 7-month-old. I have a 7-month-old son.
Oh, awesome.
And thank you. And before that, I felt like I was a kid, And then you have a kid and you're like, whoa, like I'm fully responsible for this person. And every single thing that I do is going to be able to show later down the years,
Oh, yeah.
And so it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a blessing. But for like a leader, for a provider, it can be super empowering as well.
For sure.
And then it tests you in life, because if you're slacking in everything that you say and all you do is just talk about things but you don't actually do it, then your kids are going to learn that too.
Oh yeah, and they'll see it. They definitely. My 6-year-old's starting to see a lot of things now. It's like you're like, oh wow, you recognize that, you remember that. It's like wow, you didn't even realize it.
But okay, so that's like the feeling of you kind of being at the top of the mountain, right? You have this income that you've built, the business that you're running, you're broken away from the corporate world where yes, you can still do that obviously because it's your main source of income in the beginning, but at least you have something so that you have that already.
It can be like a bridge.
There we go. You're becoming the family leader, you have more income coming. That's like the feeling that you can get if you tap into this untapped potential and do something for your future, for your family's future. But on the other side of that is like you don't do anything. Is that something that, let's say 6 months down the road, you don't start a business, whether it's e-farming or something else, you don't pursue something, how would that actually make you feel?
Yeah, I obviously I've been, like I'm like with upon the leadership, it's like being around, it's always like, oh, your group, your closest group is kind of the average you're going to be. And there's a lot of us that's just kind of like talk, we always talk about like doing something or changing the ways. And it's just like, eventually I just, I got to do it. And obviously like, I won't feel great. I mean, it will be kind of like, what the hell are you doing? But that's that point. Like I'm just trying to take the actions now that I hadn't been in the past. So
what do you think stopped you in the past?
Just that being comfortable and like not really anyone else having a drive. Like obviously I work better. I would say as like as with like a team. Like if I
100%.
Had someone like it's just a little bit easier, right? For me personally. But like I said, now I just got to work on leadership, and I do want to be that leader and being able to have the confidence and and then have that shown and passed through down to the children and like them to see their dad for like someone that they can be proud of or whatever. So.
That's powerful. A lot of people, they're okay with just being okay, especially when they have families and they don't realize like the power it has to be a strong provider, strong leader for their family. It seems like this is something that you think like a lot about, which is cool to hear, man. Ultimately, who's in control of this like decision to start? Who's in control of either you settle or you don't? Who's in control?
Yeah, me.
Right. And Alex, first of all, like the people that we look for, we have like 600 plus 5-star reviews. Okay. We get 15 to 20 apps a day, which is like 500 to 600 applications a month. And we've been in this coaching space, teaching people e-farming for the last 3 years. Igor has been one of the top e-farmers over the last 7 to 10 years in like this online space. And so we've been doing this for a very long time. And our main goal is just to find the most qualified and committed people and then bring them inside of our mentorship. Because when we do that, it makes us look really good because then we have way more success stories and it allows us to be in business much longer. based on everything that you're telling me, Alex, you have this like big vision for your family. You have this goal for yourself, and you're in a time in your life where you want to take more control. Your kids are growing up.
Yep.
The job isn't like making you feel there's like comfort, then there's like
There's-
annoyance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and, like I'm obviously like I'm an at will, like no matter you're an at will employee. Like I've had contracts where they're like, hey, we're gonna extend you, and then you're it's like, oh, we're gonna extend you to October, and then it's like April, and I see it. So
Yeah, makes sense. So I want to break down exactly how e-farming works and how we
Okay.
help our students. Based on this, obviously, as you go this way, investment increases.
Yeah.
But also, if as long the more you go this way, your risk also gets lower because you're getting more support and more of a guarantee.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Which one makes the most sense for you based on what you feel like you need or what your learning style is?
I mean, probably first or the last. And I'm not, I would be probably most interested in first or last.
So the investment for platinum is 15 grand.
Okay.
For gold, it's 9, and then for silver, it's 6.
Okay.
And for all three of these, we have like flexible financing options where we have a financing department that works with us. And all you would have to do is make a 25% down payment, and the remaining can be put on a 11-month installment plan where there's also 0% interest.
Okay. So like, is that like running like against your credit or anything, or?
Yeah, so that option, the flexible option, has it would be running through your credit. Otherwise, you can do full payments or split in 2s and 3s.
Okay, and that's like just like 2 and 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, definitely like not trying to dive into, I guess, like that 15, but if anything, it would be silver.
Okay, so silver makes the most sense for you.
Yeah.
Which option makes the most sense? Like a straight up payment, split 2, 3, or do the financing?
Yeah, I'd probably just do like a 3 pay, if possible.
Okay, sounds good. So the 3 pay is pretty straightforward. 2K today, 2K next month, and the month after.
Mhm.
And then I can get you set up with our onboarding team, which we can probably set up for tomorrow, and you'll be off to the races. Okay.
Yeah, and like so these are there's like weekly like coaching and like calls included in that also, or?
Silver is like what I was showing you. That's everything that Silver gets.
Mhm.
So like the coaching call that Igor is going to be doing in 30 minutes. He sometimes does twice a week, but most of the time it's once a week.
Mhm.
And the phone and email support, the line that we have for whenever you have questions, you can just hit up our team, email or phone, whatever way you
Yep.
prefer to get the support. But the most important part is obviously the training. And when we say it's like an hour a day, we mean it's an hour a day. But if you're someone who wants to put in more time because you have more time to put in, then you'll progress through those days faster. We've seen
Yep.
people like within 10 days make their first $1,000 because they just went all in.
Yeah.
But we like to advise people to do something that they're going to be able to be consistent with, right? And once we get you started, the best thing to do is actually set up a block in your calendar where
Yep.
you're just dedicating this 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever it is that you want to dedicate. Because once you build the actual habit, Alex, that's the most important part. And if you don't build the habit, then you're just going to drops off,
Yep.
But you've told me about why you want to pursue this, who you get to become, essentially, right?
Yep.
And that has so much power, man. Like if you just tap into that and you focus on that, this business is going to become so easy for you, especially because of our support. And then it's just about staying on the path. All right.
Mhm.
All righty. All right. So let's get you set up then. Do you know what card you're going to be using? Is it going to be like a Visa or a MasterCard?
Let me check. What the heck?
Bit more. It'll bounce up here.
Alright.
Five minutes later.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. I wasn't like prepared to, I guess, make the decision right now.
Yeah.
I think this is. Oh. I have too many cards. Yeah. Yeah, I had to move. I would have to move some of the money around first before doing this. Honestly, where was that card? Yeah, I know.
Don't feel the need to say yes.
Yep.
Only say yes if what you told me is something that you actually want to start building now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how I can make it work. Because yeah, I'm definitely tired of doing what I'm doing. But
You want me to break down how our financing option works?
sure.
It's $1,500 down for silver. Okay. The rest is broken up into $400 installments for 11 months. And this is like no interest. Is better than your credit card options.
Mhm.
We have this because like our financing partner, they know what we do. They know our program. They know the types of people that we bring on board. And then we have that no interest option just to make it like as flexible as possible.
Yeah.
Is that option you feel like going to be something that's easier for you to,
And then like, who's that through?
It's through Elective. So that's the company that we use. And if you have like a decent credit score, you get approved most of the time. What do you think is all like mainly holding you back right now?
Just some of the debt I'm already in.
Yeah. What's the plan for getting out of it? Keep working.
Yeah, obviously.
Right.
No, I'm let's see. So let's see. You said elective?
Let me send you the link for him.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna just send it in this group chat here in the Google Meets.